In a sport where the margins for success or failure can be razor thin, there are few stories as tantalizing as that of Vinícius Jr. The Brazilian transformed overnight from a €45 million bust into one of the most thrilling footballers on the planet. This is the untold story of a boy who allowed doubt, racism, and criticism to be part of his life, but not to define it. Some players come into the world at ease. For others, the only way out is to claw your way out of hardship. For Vinícius Jr., football was never just a game, but a means of survival. He wasn't given respect, he had to take it.
Appealing more than anyone, that's a gorgeous ball. First Vinny Jr.'s through. Lovely foot rounding the keeper. What a fabulous finish from Vinny Jr. to put...
Vinícius Jr. was born in São Gonçalo, which is one of the most dangerous places near Rio de Janeiro. Crime and violence were not occasional heated headlines. They were daily realities. Drugs, gang violence, and poverty devoured the streets surrounding him. In a world where so many young boys fell victim to that cycle, Vinícius' sport was much more than just football. It was a way out. His family, though humble, made sacrifices that spanned a lifetime to give him the opportunity to realize his dreams. Every spare cent was spent on football boots, transport to training, or just making sure he had food to help develop his growing body. His father toiled for the promise that if Vinícius made it, he could transform his family's future for good. Vinícius signed his first youth contract with Flamengo at only 10 years of age. It wasn't just a personal accomplishment, it was a moment that shared hope with his entire family. But little did he know, the future was going to be fraught with challenges. Flamengo's academy was a dream come true, but it hadn't come easy. He didn't become an overnight star. And he wasn't the kid who everyone pointed to and said he's the next big thing. Originally registered as a left back, his coaches didn't know where he belonged. He was fast, extremely talented, but too inexperienced. He dribbled too much and was dispossessed too often. Some questioned whether he could polish his game sufficiently to succeed as a star. He struggled with inconsistency in his early years. One moment he was dazzling defenders, and the next he was making expensive errors. In his first season, he managed only 4 goals in 37 games, and the media was ruthless. Fans wondered if Flamengo had hyped him up too much. He was a youth bearing the burden of expectations. But despite all of this, Vinícius never lost faith in himself. Hey real ones, if you're loving this story of resilience, smash that like button right now. Turn on notifications, follow the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Vinícius Jr.'s journey is just getting started, and you won't want to miss what's coming next.
Já tirou do goleiro! Gol!
The football world laughed when Real Madrid shelled out €45 million for a 16-year-old. It was dubbed the world's biggest waste of money by the media. Even some legends at Madrid publicly criticized the transfer. Could a Brazilian teenager who hadn't even begun to realize his potential at Flamengo be worth such an outlay? Vinícius landed in Madrid amid a fanfare of scrutiny. Unlike some other rising stars who have been gently incorporated into the squad, he was thrown into the deep end. Each touch, every dribble, every slip-up was examined under a microscope. His first book wasn't met with raves either. He fluffed simple tricks during his unveiling at the Santiago Bernabeu, and a faction of fans wrote him off. He didn't receive consistent minutes, and when he did take the field, his finishing was inconsistent, and the critics were ruthless.
Junior. Wow, that's pace and skill. Still Vinícius, Piqué.
No va a llegar Ocampos, Vinícius baja el balón con el pecho, ahí acelera, qué bien Vinícius, sigue Vinícius, golpea Vinícius, golazo!
Wow. But the low point didn't come from fans nor the media. It came from the locker room. In one of football's most shocking betrayals in recent memory, Karim Benzema was caught on camera instructing his teammates not to pass the ball to Vinícius. "He's playing against us," Benzema said. Now imagine you're a young player, you're already dealing with enough, and hearing those words from one of the best strikers in the world. For most, that would have been the last straw. But Vinícius, he kept his head down. He kept grinding.
This young generation, Vinícius, that they do it a fantastic job, and in my opinion, he deserved to win the Golden Ball. It was unfair, in my opinion, I say here in front of everybody.
That was before Carlo Ancelotti arrived. It wasn't a raw talent for Ancelotti, it was a burgeoning superstar. He worked closely with Vinicius, refining his finishing, improving his decision-making, and most importantly, giving him confidence. Vinicius was reborn under Ancelotti. No longer just a talented youngster, he was now among the most feared wingers on the planet. His relationship with Benzema blossomed, showing that once Benitez was gone, Valverde would transform one of the worst betrayals into a moment of resilience.
Scurrying away from defenders. Vinicius Jr. Oh, what a shot! What a goal!
But no amount of success could shield him from the ugly reality of football. Vinicius became a serial target of racist abuse. Fans in stadiums hurled insults. Social media was flooded with hateful messages. In Spain, where racism in football has been a long-standing issue, Vinicius became one of the most vocal players speaking out. But here's the question. Is the hate directed at Vinicius because of his skin color, his talent, or both? It's hard to ignore the pattern. Many black players before him, Samuel Eto'o, Dani Alves, Mario Balotelli, all suffered similar treatment. It's a brutal reality of the sport. Yet, when Vinicius plays in England or Germany, the hostility isn't the same. Sure, he faces pressure and criticism, but the racial abuse, it's almost absent. Why? Is it because he's just that good? Does his brilliance on the field provoke envy and hatred? Or is it really because of his race? The truth is, it's probably a mix of both. Talent threatens those who can't match it. But when the talent comes from a young, outspoken black man, the hatred intensifies. Vinicius has realized that his fight isn't just about football. It's about challenging the prejudices that still poison the sport. Instead of backing down, he doubled down. He refused to be silenced. He used his platform to demand change, calling out La Liga and football authorities for their lack of action. His courage sparked a wider conversation about racism in football. He wasn't just playing for trophies, he was playing for respect. The 2021 through 2022 season was where everything came together. 22 goals, 20 assists, defining performances in La Liga and the Champions League. And then, the watershed moment, the Champions League final against Liverpool. One chance, one moment, one shot. Vinicius Jr. scored the only goal of the game, delivering Real Madrid its 14th European title.
Carvajal finds Casemiro, into Valverde. Quite an effective passage of play that from Real Madrid. Valverde then drives it in, and they go ahead! Vinicius Jr.
It was poetic. A player who had been mocked, marginalized, and disrespected had just performed on world soccer's biggest stage. Now, and with the legendary number 7 draped over his torso, Vinicius Jr. is more than just a footballer. He's a symbol of resilience, of talent proving itself against all odds. After sponsorships and charity work, and by continuing to deliver superb performances on the soccer field, he's become a global icon. And he's not only a star, he's a leader, and he's still just in his early 20s. From a kid in São Gonçalo who was told he'd never make it, to a global superstar who's won everything, Vinicius Jr. has proven that respect isn't given, it's earned. He faced doubt, he faced betrayal, he faced racism, and he conquered it all. Wow, what a journey! If Vinicius Jr.'s story inspired you, you know what to do. Smash that like button, turn on notifications, follow, and subscribe. Share this video with someone who needs to hear about true resilience. This is more than just a football story. This is a story of triumph. Remember, nobody respects Vinicius Jr. except those who truly understand his journey.